Good day, everyone. This is the lesson number 3 and lesson number 4 of our discussion. By the way, this is the last discussion that we are going to have for this quarter. The different dimension of media and information. If you may recall, this is part of our activity that was uploaded last Monday. So let us describe the different dimensions of media and information by starting discussing the definition of a text. Text is a piece of written or printed material regarded as conveying the authentic or primary form of a particular work. So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabi nating text, we are pertaining to a piece of a written material. It could be a pencil and paper or a printed type of material. Then, meron tayong sinasabi na writing system. It is a set of symbols and rules used to write a particular language. And what is the writing system of the Philippines? That's the question. So there are 6 different dimensions of media and information. The first one, we have the text media, visual media, audio media, motion media, manipulative media, and multimedia. Let us have a brief discussion about these different dimensions of media and information. So when we say text media, these are all about publications that disseminate information. For example, do sa given natin na activity, meron dong example na someone is reading an article from a magazine. So if we are pertaining to an article, it is composition of text. That's why it is an example or part of the text media. Next, we have the visual media. These are sources of data or information in the form of visual representation, maybe abstractions, analogs, rough illustrations, or digital reproduction of objects requiring the interpretation of the data sources. Example ng mga visual media, nag-present ka sa klase, ang pinresent mo ay graph. You created a table, you have an illustration of infographics, then you interpret those data to your client. Yan. So that is an example of a visual media. Then audio media, these are media communication that uses audio or recordings to deliver and transfer information through the means of sounds. So lahat na may kinalaman sa sound, only that is an audio media. Example, you are listening to an FM radio station, then definitely it is an example of an audio media. Nakikinig ka na may narinig ka na nagpe-play ng piano. That is an audio media. Then we have the motion media. It is a form of media that has the appearance of moving text and graphics on a display, and its purpose is to communicate information in multiple ways. It is also an integrated sight and sound kinetic media according to Shelton and Rob Yer. Sa motion media, these are the moving text and graphics. One best example of this motion media is yung flip book, 'di ba? Kapag it is a graphics pero once na flip mo na yung book, definitely there is a motion of that image. Gumagalaw, parang gumagalaw yung image doon sa ating flipbook. And that is motion media. Another example of motion media is the animation, yung mga yan. Okay? Then we have manipulative media. These items or tools used to aid in hands-on learning models in which learner can manipulate to gain understanding and or mastery of a concept. These are tools to assist students to advance from concrete novice knowledge to a more expert understanding of abstract ideas through visual and kinesthetic senses. Sa manipulative media, pasok dito yung paglalaro ng mga board games. Naglaro ka ng rubrics, binubuo mo yung rubrics. Yan, rubrics cube. Ano pa, playing online games is also part of manipulative media. And lastly, we have the multimedia. From the word itself, multi meaning many, media, these are the different formats of media. And pag sinabi natin multimedia, these are media and content that uses a combination of different formats. A wise mix of various mass media such as print, audio, and video, and the development of the computer-based hardware and software packages produces on a mass scale and yet allow individualized use, and learning simply means more than one medium. Example natin do sa ating activity, you're presenting a presentation. So that presentation is composed of text. That means it is a text media. Then you present it using the projector. Definitely, a projector is an example of a visual media. That's why text media plus visual media is equivalent to multimedia. Again, those are the different dimensions of media and information. Now let's proceed to the format strength and weaknesses. For the format, we have here websites, blogs, and microblogs. Ang strength nila, it is easy to access, interactive, diverse, immediate, and inexpensive. That's why kahit hindi ka ganun kayaman, pwede mong ma-access ang mga different websites or blogs. Weakness naman nito, it is prone to inaccuracies kasi kahit sino pwedeng maglagay ng content, often biased and opinionated. While the newspaper, magazines, and books, ang strength nila, these are accurate, comprehensive, appeal to general public, but they are only limited to text and pictures and slow in delivery. For example, nangyari ngayong gabi, pero hindi mo siya malalaman ngayong gabi. Kinabukasan mo pa siya ng umaga malalaman. That's why ang weakness ng newspaper, magazines ay slow in delivery. And last format is the television and radio. It has a strong audio and visual appeal, current, local, friendly. Kung mapapansin natin kapag kunwari pumunta kayo ng Baguio, hindi Tagalog or hindi yung regular channel yung mapapakinggan mo doon sa mga balita. Kung hindi, gumagamit sila ng sarili nilang dialect. Weakness naman is it is highly commercialized, highly persuasive, and may be biased. Next, what can you see on the screen? So on your screen, you are seeing a text because our next topic is all about text information and media. So what do we mean by text? Text is a simple and flexible format of presenting information or conveying ideas, whether handwritten, printed, or displayed on screen. There are three characteristics of text. We have powerful, available in different sources, and short. Powerful because it is used to disseminate information, gives direction, and suggestions. It is available in different sources, pwede siyang formal or informal. Short means it has a single sentence or phrase. Sinabi mong mahal kita. It is short but it has already a meaning. Okay? So again, those are the different characteristics of text information. Next, typeface. What do we mean by typeface? Typeface is also called font, font type, or type. This refers to the representation or yung style ng text in a digital format. Typeface is usually comprised of alphabets, numbers, punctuation marks, special symbols, and any other special characters. Kapag nag-install tayo ng typeface sa ating mga computer, usually ang mga file format nito ay TrueType font or .ttf o kaya naman OpenType font which means that .otf, which means open type font. So these are the most commonly used file format of a typeface. There are different types of typeface. The first type of typeface is the serif. This connotes formality and readability in large amount of text. This font is usually used for the body of text ng libro, newspaper, magazine, and research publications. Since the serif nga it connotes formality and readability, kaya ang itsura niya ay mukha siyang classic or elegant look. Example nito, we have the Times New Roman, Garamond, and Baskerville. So this is the example of a serif type of typeface. So kung mapapansin natin, itong mga yan, sa serif, mahilig siya sa mga buntot-buntot. Yan, yung may mga lawit-lawit. Ayan, kunwari sa letter A, may mga palawit-lawit na ganyan. May mga pabuntot na ganyan. So, yun yung unang palatandaan natin pagdating sa serif. Another type of typeface is the sans serif. Sans serif brings a clean or minimalist look to the text. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay malinis. Malinis siyang tignan, minimalist siya, wala siyang mga kaarte-artehan. Yan. So, this font is used for a clear and direct meaning of text such as road signage, building directory, or even in the nutrition facts. So, sans serif also gives a modern look and it is used primarily in web page design. Example ng mga sans serif typeface, Arial, Helvetica, Tahoma, Verdana, and Calibri. So, example ng ating sans serif, ayan. Kung mapapansin ninyo, there is a big difference between serif and sans serif. Sa serif kanina may mga buntot-buntot. Kung mapapansin natin dito, kay sans serif, walang kaarte-arte. Puro derecho. Minimalist type nga kasi siya. Okay? Then, the next type is the slab serif. It carries a solid or heavy look to the text. Kahit hindi mo pa nabobold or nabobold yung text, mukha na siyang mabigat. Yan, mukha na siyang naka-bold. Kasi nga, solid, heavy looking yung text. And minsan, yung iba dito, kapag naka-size 12 ka, mukha na siyang size 22, mga size 24, ganon, kapag slab serif. And usually, this slab serif are used for large advertising signs, especially on billboards. Example, we have the Rockwell, Playbill, and Black Oak. So, this is an example of the slab serif. Mukha siyang mabigat. Yan, di ba? Makapal. Yan. Next, we have the script. Script draws much attention to itself because of its brush-like strokes. This must be used sparingly and not to be used in a large body of text. Usually, this script ay ginagamit sa mga wedding invitations or any other formal events. Usually din, ang script ay parang cursive type. Yan. Example ng script, we have Edwardian, Vladimir, and Counselor. The handwriting is also part of the script. Yan. Edwardian, Vladimir, and Counselor. Those are examples of script. Then we have display or decorative. The last type of typeface is display or decorative. Ito yung madalas natin ginagamit ng elementary type pag gumagawa tayo ng portfolio in Filipino. Gamit-gamit natin curls empty, tapos yung pangalan mo naka-joker man, di ba? So, because this display or decorative caters to a wide variety of emotions. Pwede siyang for celebration, fear, horror, o kaya naman may theme ka such as cowboy, circus, holiday, etc. So, that is an example of display or decorative. Ayan. So, ito yung default na meron tayo sa ating mga computer na chiller, jokerman, and curls empty. Again, those are the different type of typeface in our computer. Now, let's proceed to the design principles and elements. This will be the last topic for this quarter. There are different design principles and elements. We have the first one, emphasis. Emphasis refers to the importance or value given to a part of the text-based content. So how are we going to emphasize our text? Okay? So, para makapag-emphasize tayo ng text, we uses bold, underline, ina-italize natin, ano pa, pinapalitan natin yung font color para ma-emphasize yung value, yung importance nung text na yun. And that is emphasis. Next design principle and element is the appropriateness. This refers to how fitting or suitable the text is used for a specific audience, purpose, or event. So, is it appropriate if you're going to use a script type of font for your research paper? 'Di ba? Sa research paper, it is a formal paper. So definitely, it is not appropriate na gumamit ka ng script because sa research paper, we could only use serif or sans serif. Yan. So doon pumapasok si appropriateness. Nakadepende siya if suitable ba or fitted ba yung iyong ginamit na text for a specific purpose or event. Then we have proximity. This refers to how near or how far are the text elements from each other. Dito pumapasok si line spacing. Single ba yan? Double ba? 1.5 ba? 1.15. Yun yung proximity. Pasok din dito yung indentation natin. Okay? So, yan yung proximity. Then we have alignment, refers to how text is positioned in the page. It can be aligned left, aligned center, or justify. Organization refers to a conscious effort to organize the different text elements in a page. How are we going to organize our content? For example, gumagawa ka ng ice candy and you wanted to share the process on how to create ice candy. So how are you going to do that process? So you uses bullets and numbering. You may use bullets o kaya naman by number or step 1, ganito gagawin. Number 2, anong gagawin? Ganon. That is organization. Repetition naman concerns with the consistency of elements and the unity of the entire design. Example, gumawa ka ng biography mo, autobiography. Kaso nga lang, sa first paragraph mo, gumamit ka ng script na type. Sa second paragraph mo, gumamit ka ng slab serif. Sa third paragraph mo, gumamit ka ng sans serif. So, is there any repetition there? May consistency ba? May unity ba? Yung elements mo, yung design mo? Wala. 'Di ba nga? Kasi there is no repetition. Yun yung sinasabi natin sa repetition. If you wanted to have a unity in your design, then you may use one font in your content. Then we have contrast. The last design principles and elements is contrast. This creates visual interest to text elements and it is achieved when two elements are different from each other. For example, yung background mo, gumamit ka ng kulay puti. Definitely, you're going to use a darker font. Kapag naman ikaw ay gumamit ng darker background, definitely you're going to use a lighter font color. Yun yung contrast natin. Again, those are the different design principles and elements. Now, how many fonts could you use in a document? The standard number of font that you could use in a document is 1 to 2 font. But, maximum, meron tayong 3. So, for example, meron kang header or footer, you may use Arial. Tapos, pagdating sa title page mo, you uses Rockwell. Yan, example lang. Then, pagdating sa content mo na, yung sa second page mo na, kung saan nandoon na yung body of your text, body of your content, pwede ka nang gumamit ng mga Calibri, Times New Roman, yun yung pangatlo. So, maximum tayo, 3. Okay? So, hindi tayo magko-quiz. Let me just ask you to answer the following so you would know what would be the type of examination or quiz that you are going to have after watching this video. Yeah. So number one, a design principles and elements that concerns with the consistency of elements and the unity of the entire design. So remember ha, ang tinatanong dyan, yung consistency. That means the answer is repetition. Okay? Number two, a design principle and element that creates visual interest to text elements, and it is achieved when two elements are different from each other. Answer? Okay, the answer is contrast. Number three, it refers to a conscious effort to organize the different text elements in a page. O, nandun na yung sagot. The word organize means organization. Number four, it refers to how near or how far are the text elements from each other. Okay, proximity. It refers to how text is positioned in the page. It can be aligned left, right, center, or justified. Answer is alignment. Now, determine the type of typeface. Vladimir. This is Vladimir as a script. Times New Roman, serif. Curls empty. Display or decorative. Playbill, slab serif. Black oak, slab serif. Okay, and that is the end of our discussion. Thank you very much. You may now take the quiz, online quiz for this module, last module that we have. Thank you very much and God bless.